Hello and a very warm welcome to the Deakin Virtual Open Day 2020. I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time to join us today, and I hope that this will be a rewarding and informative experience for you. I will provide you with information about the Bachelor of Biomedical Science, and I would like to remind you at this point that there will be a live Q&A session following this presentation, so please stick around in case that you have questions that you would like to have answered. My name is Bernhard Dichtler and I'm the course director for the Bachelor of Biomedical Science. I'm a staff member of the School of Life and Environmental Sciences, and I'm teaching biochemistry. So what is biomedical science about? This discipline is located really right at the interface between biology and medicine. And as such, our students will learn a broad range of information from the fundamentals of biology all the way through to the latest developments, for example, in tissue engineering, emerging infectious diseases, or diagnostic techniques. This includes, of course, also this dreadful SARS-2 coronavirus that we all have to deal with, that disrupted the world so heavily these days by causing this COVID-19 pandemic. Our students are profiting from a cross-faculty delivery of this course. This means two different faculties are contributing, and these are the Faculty of Science, Engineering and Built Environment and the Faculty of Health. The two schools that are involved are the School of Life and Environmental Sciences and the School of Medicine. This cross-faculty arrangement is advantageous because it allows us to provide our students with a very broad range of very interesting units and highly topical major sequences. Students can study the Bachelor of Biomedical Sciences, two of the 4 Deakin campuses. This is on the one hand, the Deakin Melbourne Burwood campus and the Geelong Vaughan Ponds campus. So all aspects of this course are available at both of these campuses. Students that join our course profit from the dedication of our teaching staff. Most of our teaching staff are also research active. That means that the information that is provided to our students in the respective units is informed by the latest developments in the research fields and such fully informed. We are very proud of being friendly and approachable. We make a very, very big point about encouraging our students to come forward and to interact with us, to ask questions, and to actively participate in learning activities. This is an environment, this creates an environment that will foster the best possible outcome in the learning for our students. This learning experience is supported by excellent teaching infrastructure that includes, very importantly, our Cloud Deakin online learning space, which is the central hub where the learning is organized. There, students find all the learning resources, and this includes, for example, recorded classes. So in case that a student is not available to attend a live session, a live class, or a live seminar, they are then able to watch a recording in their own time, in their own space. So that it makes the learning of this degree highly flexible. The delivery of our pracs is supported by very modern and extremely well-equipped facilities. Here on this slide, you see images of our physiology and chemistry labs in Burwood, which are really, really great places in order to perform experimentation and to learn about the subjects. The curriculum of the Bachelor of Biomedical Science is what we called highly scaffolded. That means that students will first learn about the foundations, the fundamental disciplines that are required in order to successfully progress through this course. So this includes chemistry, physics, math, and biology. This will be done mainly in the first year. So this is important because it will allow any student to join our course irrespective of their previous background, and then to be able to confidently proceed into the biomed specific disciplines. And while students are going through their course, they will also acquire a specialization. And this is in part achieved through the major sequence that every student has to pick. So we have a choice of 6 very interesting and topical majors, and students must take one of those majors. So these are environmental health, infection and immunity, medical biotechnology, medical genomics, molecular life sciences, and pharmaceutical science. Unfortunately, I can't, because of time reasons, can't tell you about all those different majors in detail. I'd just like to pick out one, and this would be the medical genomics major that we introduced a few years ago. Medical genomics is about the relation of the genomic makeup of an individual with respect to their health. So you may know that each and every cell of your body contains the genetic information, and this genetic information is a molecule that when stretched out would be 2 meters long, and it contains 3 billion pieces of information. Medical genomics is about the latest technologies that are involved in determining the sequence of this information, so 3 billion pieces of information, how they are assembled in order to form the genome, and how this relates now to health. We will in the future get used to the idea to go to our GP and to have our genome sequence. This will be available then for $1,000 or maybe even less. So it's becoming really, really affordable. And this will allow then your GP to identify whether or not you do have maybe some incompatibilities with certain drugs, whether you maybe develop allergies if you would take a certain drug, or to find really the best possible treatment that would apply to you in a personalized medicine way. So medical genomics is about the techniques around the determination of the genomic makeup of an individual, and also about the bioinformatics, so the bioinformatic tools that are required in order to deal with this huge amount of information that is collected. So highly, highly topical, but our other majors are very interesting as well, of course. What is really important for us at Deakin is that we do everything in order to bring our graduates to the best possible place once they graduate from us, to allow them to have the best possible options for gaining employability. And in order to achieve that, we have incorporated career education at all year levels. So every student will have to work on their career awareness. That means what do you really want to do? Which career options are there? Where can you go? And what does it take in order to get there? This will involve the recognition of the transferable skills that are also being taught, of course, in our course. Transferable skills like communication, teamwork, critical thinking, problem solving, and so on. These transferable skills are all important these days when it is about securing employment. And we teach our students to recognize the acquisition of those skills, and also that they will be able to articulate those skills, for example, in an interview situation. We also developed a Deakin hallmark in communication excellence in biomedical science for this course. So a Deakin hallmark is a university award that students can apply for, and this university award is certifying that students have achieved excellence in communication. So this is really important because in the field of biomedical science, communication is all important and is key for employment decisions. So we have developed in association with our industry partners this hallmark that will give our students an edge when they are applying for jobs in the biomedical science field. Work integrated learning is a central component of our curriculum. Work integrated learning supplies our students with authentic experiences and professional practice. That means that students will do and have experiences in our courses which are immediately relevant to the professional world. It also allows them to apply and consolidate their knowledge and to experience specific work and career options. Central to that is our professional practice unit, which contains a compulsory work placement, which is 80 to 160 hours. And in this work placement, students are encouraged to try out certain career paths and to make connections, to learn how to conduct themselves in a professional environment, such that once they have obtained employment, that they will keep it because they know how to navigate in this world. Here just some examples of Imogen, who did a placement at the Heart Center. So this is aligned with her interests to get into postgraduate medicine. And Ritik did placements abroad, also at the King's College in London and also at the University of Melbourne. And this allowed him to really become clear about what he wants to do with his biomed degree. And he's found that he's very passionate about science and he will go down this pathway. We do encourage our students to make experiences as early as possible, particularly in research. Research is something which is very difficult to really understand what it is about and how it is done unless you have done it. So we do have a very nice research project unit that involves our students in research, and their students have to develop a research plan. They have to conduct research, of course, under supervision of an academic. They will present a research summary and defend their research findings in front of an assessment panel. I'd just like to pick up an example here of something that Tyler did, where she was catching Pokemons, and really literally so she did walk around in Melbourne and take swipes of surfaces at the most unlikely places, for example, including the Queen Vic Market. And they isolated so-called bacteriophages, and bacteriophages are viruses that infect bacteria. Now, you may know that there is an increasing problem with the resistance of pathogenic bacteria towards antibiotics. That means a lot of our current diseases can't be treated effectively anymore because because the microorganisms that cause them don't react to the drugs that we have available. Now, this project now isolated these viruses that are very specifically invading this pathogenic bacteria and destroy them. So these are specific drugs which will have probably a very bright future and which will be important applications in the years to come. So, and students in second year and third year can already participate in this kind of very exciting research. We strongly encourage our students also to make experiences abroad. And I'm saying that fully aware of the fact that the current COVID-19 pandemic is, of course, restricting our ability very much to go abroad and to study abroad. However, the Bachelor of Biomedical Science is a 3-year degree. We need to be and remain optimistic and hope that this COVID-19 pandemic will be contained in the foreseeable future and that we will regain our ability to travel abroad and also to study abroad. So we encourage all students to really consider a abroad experience for a trimester or 2. Frequently, you can study at a university abroad and have the units that you study there recognized towards your degree in Australia. And this is not always possible. However, the time investment is certainly worth it. Students that return from their abroad experiences are always reporting to me that it was a life-changing experience. It really fostered so much their personal, academic, professional development. They made friends for life. They learned really how to become much more independent. So this is an extremely edifying experience that we want all of our students to have. And at Deakin, we have wonderful support services available, Deakin International, that help students in order to make all this happen. For those of you, or for those students who are not so inclined to leave the country for an extended period of time, we do have a wonderful placement opportunity available, the global placement. And this is a broad experience that lasts for a few weeks. It is just a regular unit that one can take. And it provides the students with experiences really all over the world, on all continents except Antarctica. Students can participate, for example, in science or health science related activities, let's say in India, let's say in China, let's say somewhere in Europe, or they can do something completely unrelated. They can take care of rhinos in Uganda, and this kind of like experience is really, really edifying and will generate memories that will last for a lifetime. So a great thing for students to do. It is highly organized. It lasts for a few weeks, and it is a great opportunity, and we strongly encourage our students to participate. The graduate outcomes for the Bachelor of Biomedical Science are very broad. So with a Bachelor in Biomedical Science, we frequently see that students aim for entry in postgraduate medicine. This is a viable path, and this is a great career goal. However, we need to always also emphasize that this is, of course, a very competitive path, and not all students will be successful in gaining access to postgraduate medicine. However, this is really no problem because there are so many other options and so many other things that you can do with your Bachelor in Biomedical Science. We do recommend highly that students do an honors year, or 8 months that is. So honors is a research experience where students take on a research project and they conduct independently under supervision, of course, research. They provide a research project plan, they write a thesis, and then they also defend this thesis in front of an assessment panel. So honors is key because it provides our students with further enhancement of those all-important transferable skills. And this is what our industry partners tell us. If we want to enhance the employability of our students, students should really do honors. So this is something everybody should consider that considers joining the Bachelor of Biomedical Science. Honors can then get you onto a path in academia. It can lead to a PhD, or students can go into science or non-science industries. And now this is really important. We want to stress that even for a biomedical science degree, there is a lot of employment opportunities also in the non-science sector. And this is important because you don't really know how your career options will develop while you're going through your degree. So you may get interested in things that are quite unexpected. So now, why would non-science industries be interested in a Bachelor of Biomedical Science graduate? The reason is that biomedical science is a STEM science, so science, technology, engineering, and mathematics discipline, where students learn how to be analytical and where they learn how to think. And this is what very unlikely places like accounting firms, banks, insurances, or Coles and Woolworths are looking for. They are looking for students that are able to do analytical tasks. And they are specifically looking for science graduates, like biomedical science graduates. So this is just to point out again that there's a very broad range of possible career options available for our graduates. So we do distinguish because of their 3 different roles really for the graduate outcomes. This would be the type A, the open roles that are implying primarily these transferable skills that are developed in our degree. This would be roles like a consultant, market researcher, a sales executive. Then we have the related roles where a mix of these generic transferable skills is required together with the specific skills of the biomed degree. This would of course include secondary school teachers, lab technicians, pharmaceutical executives. And then there are, of course, also these highly specialist roles, which primarily depend on the highly developed biomedical skills and knowledge. This would be roles like a medical scientist in a pathology lab, a research scientist at a research institution, or of course, a potential academic career. Our students left us very, very nice testimonies, and we have very great stories that have been told, and very successful outcomes for our students to report. For example, Bailey was so generous to describe his time with the Bachelor of Biomedical Science as the best time of his life. This is something we love to hear, of course. This course did open for him the entry into postgraduate medicine at Deakin, and then a testimony by Akriti, who found that there's an excellent blend of theoretical and practical components that allowed her to really explore where she wants to go with her degree, and she is going into the research direction. So the Bachelor of Biomedical Science is a course where you learn about the science underpinning medical applications, from basic biology to specific disease processes. It does contain a work integrated learning unit with a compulsory professional placement, and it is a possible pathway into medicine. The entry requirements for this course, the 2028 lowest selection rank in Burwood was 80.15, and in Warren Ponds it's 72.5. I would like to thank you very much again for taking the time to listening to this presentation, and please hang on, stick around. We will now start a live Q&A chat where you can ask any question related to this course. In case that you need to go away because you may have to attend yet another course information session, please go to the Deakin Virtual Open Day page and ask any questions in the live chat there. Our experts will be available to answer your questions for the whole day. Thank you again. I hope you have a great day, and hope I see some of you soon at in our course, the Bachelor of Biomedical Science at Deakin. Thank you. Bye-bye.